Now, what if I told you that some of the hottest collectibles right now come in a mystery box and you never know what you're gonna get? These aren't just toys, they're art, they're culture, and for some collectors, they're even an investment. From adorable limited edition designs to the sheer rush of unboxing, let's uncover the secrets behind the craze, the psychology of blind box collecting, and what's next for this booming trend. My name is Yumiko, and welcome to Shelf Life. All right, and with me on the show today, I've got two very special friends. I have to say I'm very proud to know the both of you. I've got Kevin and Jeremy from Mart International.
Hello.
Hi, so Kevin, you actually manage the strategic partnerships for the brand.
Yes, correct. Yep.
And for Jeremy, you actually manage the APAC region.
Southeast Asia.
Southeast Asia
business, yes.
Okay, so coming together, it's all about, putting Pop Mart out there in the world and making people so invested in understanding what toys, what pop culture actually is. And I think we actually go a while back, I would say, because I actually started with unboxing my very first
I remember that. I remember that.
Yeah, so right now, actually surrounding us, we've got quite a lot of limited edition items. So let's start with the one that is right next to Jeremy on the left. What's that?
Okay, so this is it's part of my personal stash actually. This is a Royal Molly, and it's a brand collaboration with a Japanese artist, Ninagawa.
Ninagawa.
Yeah. So this is her very much a style, very colorful, very I would say very floral, and it gives like a very a fun element to it. Yeah, so this takes a very nice spot in my living room, basically.
Oh, good to know they brought it here as well. So, a lot of people actually associate Pop Mart together with the Monsters collection, right? Which commonly is known as Labubu.
Yes.
But I think Pop Mart is more than just Labubu. Pop Mart, like, we are seeing here on set, we've got Molly. I can see something even more special right next to Kevin as well on your right. What is this?
This is a Mega 1000%. Is one of our latest collections with a very famous contemporary paper cutting artist from China. Her name is Chen Fenwan. So we kind of created this 1000% Mega Space Molly collection with her. And one special feature is, we also keep a very innovative way. So you can actually see inside, there's a small Mega Space Molly inside. It can be lit. So there's a switch
it lights
behind.
up.
Yeah.
So
How many light
I
up?
already switched it on.
Yeah, it's really
so
light up.
probably the camera can zoom in a little bit, can see there's actually light inside.
It's amazing. And the one that I'm seated right next to, I've been told that this is the secret.
This is a secret, yes.
And to even get this secret,
Yes.
it's like really unboxing that lucky charm that I have, right? To hopefully that I get my hands on a secret. And of course, the ones that we've displayed over here, I remember this was actually launched last year at the Pop Toy Show.
Exactly.
And it's in collaboration with Royal Selangor. And this one is made in pewter.
Yes,
right?
pewter, the entire thing in pewter.
And I have to say, this one, I know my facts. It is one of the 500 pieces available in Singapore, worldwide already, right? Because we've got collectors coming in and they brought it back home. And it's just absolutely amazing to see all these creativity all coming into one. And I know that you guys have a lot of different, I would say, IPs as well. So besides Molly, I think we have Crybaby, which is right next to Jeremy. What's that?
This is a Crybaby pendant plushie. So it's it's got a vinyl face and it's got this plushy touch to it. So it hangs on my bag. So it's really cute.
Wearables.
Yeah,
one of
the
very
wearables.
trendy items for the Gen Zs.
Yeah.
And also whoever has a very young heart, they want to display, while they're traveling, walking around. Yeah.
That's right. Totally going into the bag charm trend right now.
Yeah.
I think so, yeah. It kind of really says a lot about, hanging your personality on your bag or even just to accessorize as well. So I want to know, right, what is it about Pop Mart that actually makes people completely obsessed? Is it the art, the mystery, or something deeper than that?
I think, there are a lot of factors into it. I think the whole fact that we're selling the products in a blind box, the unboxing itself is really fun, right? Like you never know what you're gonna get, and you're always kind of hoping that you get what you want, and even potentially getting a secret. So I think it's also about the community. I think that supports the products. I think they like to share their products, take pictures of what you bought, and post it on social media, so on and so forth. So I think there's a lot of factors that kind of go into kind of keeping this trend up. But for sure, I think it's something that we're all very, very excited about and very happy to talk about, this to your friends.
And I know that, blind boxes is all the thing about in Pop Mart, right? Because everybody goes there. Like you mentioned, it's that thrill. So what is one of the craziest stories you've ever heard of maybe a fan or a collector trying to find their rare piece?
I mean, part of it, of course, is the queuing. But that's not something we're encouraging or we really want to push. We also trying to avoid creating too long of a queue, letting our fans waiting a long time. So I would like to share from a different perspective about some of the amazing stories behind our fans. We do have a European fans, and the girlfriend is our diehard fan. So she's collecting Labubu, and the boy fan got some kind of a medical condition. Unfortunately, he's unable to speak, so he's lost his verbal capability a little bit. So the girl using, our Labubu, plushie as a healing kind of a therapy, keep talking to him, encouraging him. So, one day a miracle just happened. I mean, we literally got the letter from the girlfriend. The first word her boyfriend said was Labubu. So that was, to us, that's one of the most amazing story we literally, being shared by our team from Europe.
Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
that is absolutely amazing.
That's
I'm just
right.
thinking about, can you imagine the very first word through therapy? It's about toys. It's about the thing that, you see every day while waking up in whatever condition you're in. And it puts that smile on your face as well.
Yeah.
And, for all these artists coming together to craft that character and bring it to life through Pop Mart, if let's say I was a budding artist, how can I make my creation come to life as a figurine?
Yeah, we have an IP team actually based in our HQ in Beijing, and our IP team is actually actively looking for potential artists to partner with because we are a bit unlike some of the content-based IPs. If you notice, right, all these different characters, their artworks from external artists, internal artists. They put a lot of emotional, connections into the character, and then they build very unique kind of a connecting point to our fans. So through this process, we do appreciate, artists, and we are also constantly looking out for, artists not just based in China, but with a more diverse cultural background. So now we have artists from Thailand, we have artists from North America. I think, in the very near future, with our expansion, to overseas market, we are really looking forward to to work with our IP team. To identify potential local artists, maybe from Southeast Asia or from Europe. Then, we will set up, of course, there are evaluation process, which I can't share in this setting. But, rest assured, yeah. So our IP team, they're all very, very professional. They go a lot of different, art toy show or even art shows to identify, potential partnerships to work with the artist, then became part of a Pop Mart family, then work together creating the character or using existing artworks. Then we launch the new IP, sometimes through blind box, sometimes through individual figurines. To support the artist's artwork, and of course through the revenue we brought in, we share with artists, and we grow the entire art toy community together.
I'm very excited because now I'm going to come up with one request that you guys find somebody who can make a space Molly or a mega Molly of Yumiko Kayahara as a radio DJ with the headphones, and then, and that is going to be the one and only piece in the world just for me.
Ooh.
Yeah, but that is a big stretch, but we'll try.
Yeah. We'll remember
All right.
this moment.
So you know how a lot of different brands out there, they have shrunk down their toys to very, very small collections, right? But now here around us, we're looking at 400%.
That's right.
We're looking at 1,000%.
Yeah.
So what is the idea behind these bigger figures? Why is it 1,000%?
Yeah. Yeah, I think there's a different appeal to them. So, it's almost like appealing to different market segments. So I suppose if you're just casually shopping and just want to buy something and put it on your desk, obviously the 100% figurines will work. I think it's very nice to kind of put. And obviously it's very accessible, right? It's like lunchtime, go down, you buy something, very easy, right? But I think when it comes to the megas, they're a bit more, they'll probably lean more into the collectible part already because people really buy them for collection, right? I'll keep them for me, I buy them for my living room. They are very nice centerpiece. When people come, we'll talk about the toys, we'll talk about the collectibles, right? And obviously for the 1000%, you need space to display it and you need like a nice place to display it as well. So I do think that it kind of leans into the people who are more into collectibles, definitely for the megas.
And because you don't want to compromise on the details as well. Because anything that is too small, you won't be able to have all these itsy bitsy details. And with the size, I think it really does come to life and it brings different colors, different types of vibrancy on display. And I gotta say, it's absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
So if you guys want to send this to my house, sure, please, feel free. All right, so I gotta ask, right, from a toy brand perspective, what do you think of the Singapore toy scene? For example, we've got sneaker conventions, we've got pop culture conventions as well. What do you think of Singapore in the toy scene?
I think Singapore, no doubt, has a very strategic location, in the Southeast Asia region or even in APAC region. It's like a great showcase of, the new trends, and it's a very welcoming, place to have a big regional conference, gathering a lot of, tourists as a tourist destination. So we do have, your 2B crowd. We also have your regular fans or consumer crowds. This is also why, for the past 2 years, to be more specific, right, we organized our first ever overseas pop toy show, a premium art toy, pop toy expo in Singapore. Definitely this year, we're going to have it in Singapore again, just doing a little bit kind of a teasing. We hope to continue this trend because it's a great showcase to share not just Pop Mart collections, but also other art toy of pop fashion labels, give everybody a platform and also providing a kind of almost like, a very integrated platform to welcome all the fans from Singapore, from nearby country or from other continents to Singapore, have a good few days, interact with artists as well. That's another very important aspects. It's also because as we mentioned about, potential partnership with other artists, right? Pop Toy Show is also another good platform for us to uncover, potential artists so we can work together. So I think in Singapore, we're really looking forward, to continue grow the art toy scene, the pop toy culture, or even fashion trend culture in Singapore, and then grow the whole community into a more, kind of a trendy destination for everyone.
So Kevin's very smart because he knows that I was about to ask about what we can all look forward to as fans and friends at the Pop Toy Show 2025. So what is it about this year that everybody should go?
Yeah, I think, one aspect, like I said, right, you are not just only going to get, Pop Mart IPs. You will be able to see quite a diversified, different, kind of art toy showcase. And another big hook I also mentioned is to see your artist in person. For example, we may potentially have artists of Molly coming or artists of Crybaby coming. You usually have to go different city or different countries to meet them. But, within Pop Toy Show, you can plan your schedule, to meet as many artists as possible. So I think that's a great, kind of a forum for the, diehard fans to meet their artists. And then, of course, the other aspect is we will definitely launch certain products very exclusive to the Pop Toy Show. So you'll be able to, scoop one of the rare, collectibles to your hands. And last aspects, again, we will definitely launch something premium, something very nice, similar to the Royal Selangor collaboration during PDS. So just stay tuned.
Wow.
For this year's show.
Yes,
I'm very excited already. Okay, so we're talking about all these exclusive collectibles, right? And I want to hear what is the most bizarre story you've ever heard of a collector who's been trying to get his or her hands on one of the secret items. Because I'm going to be honest, right? When I walk through the malls right here in Singapore and I do pass by the Pop Mart stores, I always see a long queue. I always see so many people queuing outside. So what is one of the most craziest story you've heard?
Okay, I've got an interesting one. So last year, I'm not sure if you're aware, we have this Pop Mart passport, right? So you're able to get a stamp, from different countries and different stores, different locations, so on and so forth. So there was this Canadian, all right, who went around, I think within 4 months, he took the passport, went around to 5 different continents
yes.
to get all the passport stamps, got all of the stamps, and he won himself an exclusive limited edition Space Molly. If I'm not wrong, was it Space Molly?
Yeah, Mega Space Molly.
Mega Space Molly, yeah. So he went to that extent just to get himself that. That was quite a wild story, to be honest.
Wow, that is absolutely insane. I mean, that is a true collector's love.
The level of commitment.
Yeah, the level of commitment, and I have to say it's absolutely crazy. So I'm going to be upfront, okay? I have been buying quite a couple of things from Pop Mart. They're all my personal collection. And there are times where, I realize that you guys say you can either buy in a whole case or the individual boxes. And I like to buy the individual boxes because it's nice gifts for the people I work with or even friends who love it as well. And sometimes I end up with 2 or 3 of the same things. So this actually makes me think, okay, should I then trade it with somebody else or, sell it off to somebody else? What do you think I should do?
Ooh, I'm going to give a couple of suggestions, yeah,
Sure.
because it's occurred to me too. So it's like, okay, so you're finding ways of like, what can you do with that, right? So I mean, one, obviously, if you want to give that away, that's perfectly fine. But let's say if you want to engage with a community, which is what we're talking about, I think the whole community is really important. So I guess the next question is, where do you find these communities, right?
Yeah.
So, there are different Facebook groups that you're going to go and find, right? Pop Mart fan groups. There are also some Telegram chats where people just kind of do trading, right? Say, hey, I've got this, I've got an extra, I want to sell it for this price, do you want it? So things like this. So I actually find these platforms very helpful because one, they actually help me to get access to things that I couldn't get before, for example, or things that are exclusively available in other regions. And at the same time, I guess it also helps me to then see, hey, what's kind of like the market price out there, I suppose, for different products. So it's a very fun experience going into this, whether it's Facebook fan groups or Telegram chats, just to see what's happening out there.
Wow, okay, maybe I should go try it out as well. I'm actually looking forward to more, future collaborations that you guys actually have in store for all the fans and the friends. And Kevin, you were talking about how there's been more and more bigger brands that are doing collaborations with you guys, like that little helmet that's right next to you. So tell us about that one. Where can I get it?
Yeah. This is a kind of a special partnership we did with Honda Motors in Thailand. That's another aspect, what we're trying to do. So we're not just, staying as a toy brand. We're actually trying to focus on, IP collaboration, IP management, into a kind of an entertainment pop culture label. So partnership is adding quite a unique flavor in terms of offerings. So we work with, Thailand Honda Motors. Through a very kind of a new lifestyle channel. It's called Cup House. So under Cup House, they revive some of the classic Honda motorbike models. They picked Dex 125, so another very classic Honda motorbike, to work with our unique IP called Kubo. So working with the brand, we kind of created a kind of a limited edition, again, of course, 300 pieces, only available in Thailand. Comes with a fully decorated motorbike with a Kubo, livery. We have a couple of helmets. We have a hoodie. We have also a special customized figurine to complete the whole package. So the package was launched in Thailand during a major motor show in Bangkok. What we heard from the brand, in the beginning, of course, it's the very first time they work with Pop Mart. Even though we're very popular, but like everybody know, Kubo is not like as super popular as Labubu, but with our impacts in the region, in the country, we managed to deliver quite a good pre-order confirmation. And a couple of months back, they already inform us like 80% of the 300 sets already sold out. So if you want to get your hands to the helmet, to the motorbike, even make your booking in Thailand.
But I need to get my motorbike license first. No motorbike license, I won't be able to ride it, okay? But yes, hopefully I'll get it. Okay, so I see that you guys came all dressed up. in Hirono.
Yes.
And Kevin's got one very nice print of Hirono. You've got one, which is your bag.
That's right.
Hopefully I'll be able to show it in a bit.
Yeah.
And your shoes as well.
Yes.
That is crazy. So these are all in collaboration with Vans, right?
Yes.
And I am assuming that these are all limited edition as well.
Yeah, mine is kind of a limited edition in Thailand because last year Hirono has a pop-up about 1 month in Thailand in front of Central World Shopping Mall. So in that particular occasion, we launched a number of different apparels. We launched quite a number of lifestyle products as well. So this is also to share with everyone, right? We're really, go beyond just figurine, just a toy. We're literally, stepping into more of a lifestyle kind of, fashion, really prolong the life cycle of our IP. And also offering more products that related to IP, but not necessarily has to be a figurine itself.
Exactly.
I'll let Jeremy share a little bit on the Vans collab.
Sure.
Yeah,
And I
with
also
his
want
outfit,
to add on the fact that, I think we realize that when you like an IP, what the good thing about the toys and figurines is you can display them on your desk, and in your living rooms, etc., right? But sometimes you find it hard to kind of bring them out. When you're going out with friends, so on and so forth. So I guess
see that,
you can see that, right? I mean,
Yeah.
obviously you can hang them on your bags, yes, which is why the pendant plushies
But
are
it's also
very in.
limited to the hanging stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right.
Exactly. So I think kind of that whole expansion into lifestyle products like t-shirts, anything that's fashion accessories, shoes. I think it makes perfect sense for us. Yeah, and clearly I think our fans like it. So what I'm wearing is can I turn around? I think I can turn around, right?
You can.
I can. So this is a Vans and Hirono collab. I think it's the second or third one they've done it. So this is, if you can see my t-shirt, this is how it looks like. Yeah.
You can see, it says off the wall.
Off the wall.
Yes.
And this is a Vans and Hirono collab, so you can see that the details of Hirono design.
Yeah.
And my favorite part of the shoe is
It's
right
the
on the side. I don't know if you can
The
see this.
sole.
The sole.
Yeah.
I
Oh my
love it.
goodness.
It's a little
Wow.
peekaboo.
It is. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm really very excited. So I also need to know, right, before we wrap up this episode, what is one of the bigger collections or collaborations that everybody can look forward to without spoiling too much, of course?
Pretty hard to say, the future plan because we wanted to keep it fair to everybody.
Of course, yeah.
But I think one of the reason super premium collection that we didn't have too much time to cover is the one on your right hand side.
Oh.
It's the
Ooh, yes.
porcelain with with Jingdezhen. So it's a very famous Chinese town for porcelain products, starting from back to Song Dynasty. So almost 1,000 years, close to 1,000 years old, that town. And that's where, we start to explore, different materials. We're talking about, PVC, regular, special paints, Chinese paper cutting. We're talking about pewter, which is very famous, Malaysia, art craft. And this is a very unique and special collection we had with Jingdezhen. So they revived this very, very famous and reputable and rare, technique. It's called Ba Hua in Chinese. So literally, it's all handmade. If you can look at the details, all the flower, all the patterns, it's done by all the local technicians. They're using hands with a fine steel needle. Before they finally, push out with the final products, they literally draw them on the model of Mega Space Molly. So even the certificates, this is very delicate, but I'm very proud.
I'm
Even
very
this plate is also made by porcelain, so you can feel it. Yeah.
Wow, okay,
So everything is handmade.
Song
Yeah.
Dynasty. So this is the part where I have to flex a bit and say Song Chao.
Yeah, Song Chao, yes.
Ah, I got it right. Okay, so
right.
the whole time I've been very afraid to hold this up because once again, like Kevin said, it is made of porcelain. It will break if I am not careful. But yeah, this is actually the certificate.
Yeah.
That's right.
And they are all serialized, right? So this right next to me, it's one of 50 in the world and it's right here with me.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do I get to keep it?
We'll talk about it after this show.
And to be specific, it says 21.
21.
Yeah.
21
the
piece out of
21
50
piece, yeah.
pieces.
Correct, 21 out of 50. Okay, so definitely very exciting. A lot of things we can look forward to, especially for the upcoming Pop Toy Show. Once again, when is it happening?
End of August this year.
End of August, okay. And then we can definitely look out how to grab the tickets, right?
Yeah, of course.
All right, so of course, I'm very excited to be seated all around these exclusive collectibles. And once again, I do hope that they'll leave it here or send it all to my place. But that is a very wild dream. Hopefully, okay, fingers crossed. But I'm definitely looking forward to this year's Pop Toy Show 2025. I'll see you and I'll see you guys there as well.
Absolutely.
Yes. All right. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode and I'll catch you back here on Shelf Life. Bye.
Bye.